USC, came to UConn games, worked Gino Auriemma's camp when she was in school herself at Brown. Now she's got a huge opportunity with her Trojans against UConn, and off we go.
The bloodlines run deep. The storylines are plentiful. And, Jason, this is going to be a fun one because these teams have been waiting on this for the entirety of the season.
First touch for JuJu Watkins. We'll see how UConn handles her defensively. There's a double. There's a pull-up. It's no good on the opening shot. Offensive rebound, no good. Third try, maybe, spits out to the sideline. And it is USC coming away with it off the miss from Iriafen. This one mid-lane is good for Rayah.
She's so composed and poised in how she's able to operate, and that includes both ends of the floor, but in particular offensively.
Paige Beckers, opening shot, no dice. Where do your eyes go early in this game? What do you watch?
Well, I think, obviously, we're talking about Paige and JuJu.
There's JuJu over Paige to knock it down.
You heard Gottlieb say that in the pregame speech about the extra effort plays.
How about JuJu Watkins there getting the hand in and then leading the run out to score? Jen lost it out of bounds. She's got a hop in her step right now with the ball. Off the double, she gets it to the foul line and two.
She's now seen every defensive coverage you want to toss at her, but things seemingly have slowed down that the Trojans present. So it's not just about the rebounding in the glass, but it's also the type of ground defensive side. That's a big part of it in terms of communication and how you can switch on players to make sure you don't get caught and exploited.
Oh, great find by Watkins, and Iriafen left it short on the welcome mat. That's exactly what you're talking about, Sarah. Different spot of the court, but the find was good. Beckers for two on the other end, her first bucket.
And a big swing, potentially for the Huskies to take advantage of. Should have been two at one end, and instead they get a bucket and cut this a little closer.
Well, that miss is almost like a live ball turnover. This time she finishes.
Imagine you're not going to see her miss many more layups.
I would not imagine so. Here is Chen diving, and she is fouled. That last foul was on Watkins. They gave it to JuJu Watkins. That was her first, as Chen will go to the line. Lindsay Gottlieb, Scarsdale, New York. Ton of family here, like 50-plus tickets out. Her kiddos are here as well, and just somebody trying to build a dynasty for USC like they hoped to have in the 80s.
And it's extraordinary just seeing what she's accomplished. Obviously, had spent those 8 years at Cal, taking them to a Final Four, began at UC Santa Barbara, making this feel like home.
Yeah.
And probably because this feels like home to her.
Well, Coach Gottlieb, her high school is just 2 hours from here, so she did not deny the fact that this game is special.
You know, as a kid, loving this game and seeing what UConn did in building its program, and a rebound clothesline will go to Connecticut. Well, he looked up at the All-Americans and started listing some of them off. So he knows there's development that has to be had, but somebody like Strong and Beckers have been so good for him. On the drive and drop off, right to the doorstep, hits an easy two, down low.
And you see UConn now settling in after USC had a hot start, and a big part of that comes from the patience of Beckers.
Oh, man.
Defensively, for as much as we talk about them offensively, that's a big part of where things begin for them.
Yeah, they're only allowing 53 points a game, and this is a whistle, and it's out of bounds. Where Aaron Sorkin is an alumnus, that there wasn't more walking and talking like the Westwood.
Give her a little bit of time. Maybe the second half. Can we revisit it?
Iriafen on the kick out for Kaylee Heckel, the New York native. Beckers creating. Shade, the spin, had it pancaked by Iriafen. And taken away by Shade, who misses, and the rebound Iriafen, who had it knocked away again.
She's coming off the game. She had 27 points, 7 of 10 from the three-point line. I like that she got a little bit closer to the basket. See one go through and get that momentum back.
UConn's only hit 1-3 so far. That one goes down for Kennedy Smith and USC. She had a minor surgical procedure, as we mentioned, in mid-November. Beckers, that is just smooth. The way these two players create so easily and so quickly, Sarah, like that. Watkins for three, out of nowhere.
And this is the thing, watching, I think you don't always fully appreciate. They've got defenders draped on them. They are the key focus for a defense. and they do make it look so smooth and how they're able to get off shots.
Sarah Strong off the spin.
You're going to continue to see it as she gets more and more assertive on the offensive side.
Really has been very assertive, and we're going to whistle 2 fouls on JuJu Watkins now. And she's still in the ball game at this point, playing defense. Baseline drive by Chen, and she is fouled by Von Oelhoffen. That's her second personal as well.
So you start to break down the different parts of these games, just over 9 attempts per game, an advantage.
It'll be interesting to see if they, as you said, though, try to get into the body of USC. There's Von Oelhoffen, and if you recognize the name, her dad, Kimo, a 14-year NFL player. Ball got away, taken away by Morgan Shelley, the freshman who was great against Georgetown in the Big East opener. Beckers ramming down the lane. That got deflected, and here comes USC. On Oelhoffen, nice entry feed. Iriafen, quick ball movement. Off the spin. That does go for Avery Howell.
6-foot freshman, as you can see, she was a part of the Canadian national team, 2-time Gatorade Ohio State Player of the Year.
Final possession, quarter number 1 for Beckers. Here's Sarah Strong. That will not fall. It's a tremendous showing for USC on the road in a very hostile environment through 10 minutes. And the inbound to Beckers. She did get it away, and that won't go. So UConn, Sarah, goes just 1 for 5 from 3 after 20 makes in their last outing Tuesday against Iowa State. You heard the round of applause there. AZ Fudd is into the ball game for the first time for Connecticut tonight. That's a high-low, and it's a dandy to Strong.
Extraordinary pass over the top. It also had the defense spread out, attached to three-point shooters. Fudd being one of those. Regardless of her injuries, she's got so much gravity on the floor.
Watkins took an extra step and banked it in. The crowd went into hush mode.
And Watkins is just so tough finishing through contact.
Strong. Oh, what a cut. Shelley.
You can't be so singularly focused on making sure we get the ball to Beckers.
And maybe that's why Beckers is not on the floor right now, right? Force them to play through each other. Oh. Chen on the move. Pull up by Shade. That does sit down.
And for Shade to see it go through, get a little bit of a feel, that's all it takes, because when she gets hot, she can score in bunches.
Watkins cleared it away for a wing 3 that goes for Heckel.
He's not been shooting the 3 ball that well this season, but you can feel how the confidence has really just continued to flourish with this Trojans group from the start of it.
That off the window is good for Shade, so now the Carnival game
alleviates some of that type of pressure and allows Shade to get better looks.
Kennedy Smith in the corner. USC.
Gino talked to us about that. He said it comes down to us making shots because we're not going to be getting steals. We're not going to be getting a bunch of offensive rebounds.
They could use 2 from Ashlyn Shade. First points off turnover today for UConn makes it a 10-point game. Watkins has 12, trying to get rid of Shade. She did, and buries it. Just time on task together, right? Beckers created the contact, and she'll go to the line. Paige Beckers has 4, trying to build on that. Back to the USC offense.
Yeah, back to JuJu Watkins. Her bag is deep. Look at how much ground she covers. Shade all the way on the left side, and then just an excellent job of Marshall being aware, setting the screen. Brady's still got to respect that.
Beckers at the line, trying to cut into this lead. What's your book on Paige, Sarah?
She's got elite efficiency, what you want from her because she's so unselfish and because she does so much is her to keep punting her shots.
No second chance that time for USC. See if Beckers punts in transition. She does, and then doubles it back. Paige Beckers hoping to have that title by the end of the season.
It's the one thing that's missing, Jay.
Fun on the drive and kick. It's Beckers. Catch and shoot. It's Cash. Area effect. Knocked it down. She's built all sorts of stuff, like a lamp with her jersey number on it that she designed and built. She built a bell from scratch.
So dope.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love that Lindsay Gottlieb in describing her says she oozes lightness.
Absolutely.
Even keeled. And I think everyone has their own personality. You've got to be you, but that's what it always strikes me about her. She's always so even keeled in how she communicates to her team regardless of circumstance.
Her team has another area fin jumper.
With so many second chance opportunities, some of those long rebounds.
Area fin fell. Beckers picked up her dribble right at that moment. Arnold slicing it.
That these players, though, deserve. They've worked their way to get here.
From your favorite sport to donate today. 1 for 2 from the line. Offensive rebound went through the wickets of El Alfi. And here comes USC.
I can't let you feel like you're away from baseball for too long.
Thank you for that. E6. Watkins, little hesitation. Arnold gives her the left hand. There was a double there. Forced her to give it up. Area fin right into the body and missed it. Second chance. She's down to the deck. And here comes Beckers. Shot clock is off. 13-point game. 7 points for Beckers. 15 for Watkins. Beckers taking it upon herself. Step back. On the help. Watkins got the block. 1 second for USC. Smith can't get it off. And that's the end of half number 1. And it's all Trojans at the end of 20 minutes. What a showing.
He said right now, though, the problem for him is offensively. They have not put enough pressure on USC. They're able to play whatever defense they want. He said our ball movement and people movement is the worst it's been all year.
We'll watch that when they have the ball next. USC out of halftime. Thank you, Allison. We'll see how that progresses. Pull up Kennedy Smith off one leg. No good. Rebound for Sarah Strong and UConn.
You can't underestimate people movement because you talk about ball movement, but so much of UConn is predicated on the spacing and the cutting. That's how they get a lot of their easy looks.
So how do you stir that up other than through Beckers? Watkins, the block of Paige Beckers. JuJu on the crossover into the lane, wants to finish and does. Oh my goodness. That's unstoppable.
Filthy. End to end.
Nice front there. Gets a deflection by Von Oelhoffen. Oh, a little hesitation on the blow by. Got it to the corner. That is cash.
As you said, every possession matters, especially when you're trying to build momentum.
Beckers. JuJu Watkins sizing up her prey. Off a handoff from Area Fin. It's a long 2. It's good. What can't JuJu Watkins do?
Oh, when you're banking in long shots, that's when you know it's your day.
Beckers. That's 2 for the UConn star. Here we go.
So we had mentioned it. Paige Beckers 3 of 10 in that first half. She started to see some go through, and for UConn, just an excellent sign.
Area Fin trudging down the lane. Kiki, Area Fin. Bullet feed. Shelley swatted into next Tuesday. Kennedy Smith, unsubscribe.
Ooh-wee! Smith just coming through, swiping that one. And USC's coming for you when you're putting up a shot. They're a team that averages over 7 blocks per game, but tonight
we have seen a great style of basketball.
I think they have been excellent in that, in the understanding of it.
Strong, tough catch over the shoulders somehow.
You know, you do your work before the catch. And she's able to understand her positioning on the floor. With her face-up game, maturity beyond her years goes without saying, and then just continuing to be selected key component to how this offense operates, and they need her to possess that every time up the floor.
This will be UConn ball.
It's played overseas. I mean, she comes from a basketball pedigree, but it's not just that. It goes beyond all of that type of skill.
Beckers created. So artful. Suddenly a 14-point game, and it grows again. Von Oelhoffen Hoffman sticks it.
USC keeps quieting the crowd, and this has been an extraordinary crowd, but they've had spurts.
Near block. Hillary was the first player that broke his heart. But they ended up getting to be friends because Gino was recruiting her teammate. And eventually they got to talking and have become basketball acquaintances.
A lot of excellent players, to say the least.
Certainly. Long three, but Hoffman missed everything.
Continue to push and run. Now, if it's not there, be smart and run your set. Let's keep pushing the pace.
It's a great point, and the blocks have helped create that. The 7 blocks for USC have led to live ball situations. Shelley wrestles it inside for Strong. Off the spin, that is tough.
So exactly what Allison was talking about. You saw how deep.
But Hoffman got tied up. Tackle on the drive. Here comes UConn. On the flip trip, Arnold. Shade, big one. Got it! Hartford's up for grabs.
See the scoring with such ease. That's going to be a big part of it. Now you see them be much more fluid and a full court press.
Oh, and the pressure starting to heat up. Beckers, yes! Just like that! We'll see how USC plays without JuJu Watkins. It's Von Hoffman. Iriafen won't take the 3. Kennedy Smith. Iriafen right into Strong and 2. JuJu Watkins back on the floor as you saw. This is an 8-point game under a minute to go, third quarter. Oh, the drive from Arnold. She got to the rim. 6-point game again.
Backdoor cut. Exactly what we're talking about. Create spacing on the floor. They'll pull you out. You mentioned USC getting hands and denials. That's where UConn can take advantage.
That is going to be UConn basketball. UConn's defense has clamped down, and they can pretty much hold for the final shot here. Caitlin Chen. We've seen a lot of college basketball, the transfer from Princeton. Wants Beckers. Throw to shoot against Von Hoffman. Beckers. Step back. Heave it up. No good. And that's the end of the third quarter. But this thing has gotten a lot closer. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
See a vulnerability where USC has picked it up, but overall it's just shifted their flow into the offense.
Here we go. 10 minutes, 6-point game, 2 powers in college basketball. Watkins had just 4 in the third quarter. She nearly traveled and got it free to reset the offense. Iriafen swinging the ball and scoring. So explosive, Kiki Iriafen.
Powerful at the end to finish, too. We've mentioned some of those misses around the basket. That one, she was going to make sure that there was no way it wasn't going in.
She was just dynamite off the catch so quickly to the rim. Strong. The answer.
We're here down the fourth quarter of who continues to impose their will with the attention the others get.
Right into one another. Iriafen again.
In talking to Kiki Iriafen, she was very clear about her decision to come to USC. It was based on 2 things. Coming home to Los Angeles, being able to play in front of her family, and to play with JuJu Watkins. She said, I want to be the one that's out there taking the pressure off of Watkins.
And she's done that right now in this game. Beckers into Watkins. Up top 10, springing for 3. That was beautiful.
So much focus on Beckers in the wing, the inside of Strong. Big shot by Chen.
Watkins creating the answer for Avery Howell. Shade threads it through. That fadeaway is pure. What an atmosphere. And it's live again. Steal for Chen. Beckers behind the back. Paige Beckers. Oh my.
Place that the Huskies have been at a lot more tonight than they characteristically are.
Not having the title as a National Player of the Year coming through Connecticut, and how Paige Beckers has tried to focus on the thing right in front of her this year, a shorter view of winning days and winning moments. And here is a moment bubbling up in front of us in Hartford. Avery Howell trying to get rid of Shea. Area Finn into the post. Rayah Marshall strong.
To make quick passes and movements.
He still only hit 5 threes in this game. It's a volume three-point shooting team. Becker's up top. Kelly. Yes! Kennedy Smith. Chance of defense. Off the spin, over Beckers. That's an air ball for Watkins. UConn is right back in this thing. Beckers will slow it down. Neon stars together on the floor. Watkins and Beckers. Beckers foul line. Oh, man.
They're throwing two at her every time she touches the ball. It doesn't matter where she's been on the floor. All of her touches, catches, and shots have been tightly contested.
Chen right there, stapled to her. What on-ball defense from Caitlin Chen. Post pass intercepted by Shea. UConn can take the lead.
And Jason, that's been a switch-up. Paige spent so much of the first half on Watkins. A lot of it has been Chen and some other players.
Strong from Becker. Strong turns the corner. That's the first UConn lead tonight. Paige Becker said the only time Sarah Strong gets a little bit hesitant is playing Fortnite. Watkins fouled and scores. There she is. JuJu Watkins takes it right back for USC.
They are trying to blanket her, and doing so, she still gets the shot off, but creating some semblance of space for herself.
Remember what Lindsay Gottlieb told us in shoot-around this morning? Not only the ability to find teammates out of double decision-making, but the body control. Chen wanted it. Instead, on the back cut, Becker is going to tie.
She said is you got to take away the backdoor cuts.
Watkins down the lane, front of the iron. Rebound, Connecticut strong. Building on her double-double. 2 minutes to go. 2 Goliaths in the game. Staring each other down. Beckers, tough shot, front iron. Rebound for Marshall. Everything you could ask for in a college basketball game tonight. Watkins into the lane, drops it off. Marshall, a minute left. Strong, the freshman. Chen, no. Rebound snatched away by Area Finn. Watkins will spin it back out. UConn can play this straight up if they want to. Just as everybody hoped, Watkins and Beckers. Watkins into Beckers, draws the foul. JuJu Watkins, who has a rich family history in Los Angeles, stayed home in part because of that. And how much the city means to her, waiting and hoping, and it crawled off. No help from a distance from the City of Angels on her shoulder there. This one is good.
But I imagine in some capacity you would rather force your way to the basket quicker.
Off the timeout, they advance the ball across midcourt. Strong, show and go, driving on Marshall. They did it quickly and got 2, exactly as you said. Has been turnover prone at points this year.
Absolutely.
18 of them tonight, 11 in the second half. Can you force one if you're Connecticut?
And USC's got to be strong with the basketball.
In the clutches of JuJu Watkins. Becker is up there with her. Watkins hounded by Beckers, and the wraparound foul on another possession. That's the C that Watkins looks at. The energy she's expended, you can see it on her face.
Yes.
She told us in shoot-around, my family always taught me if you're going to do it all out. And she has again tonight.
if you're UConn, the opposite of what we saw in that first half is what you're seeing here now. So USC still with a couple fouls to give.
Beckers on a tip, taken away, recaptured by Beckers. 14 seconds to go off the scramble. Can they get a three? Down to 10. Now it's got to be a three, probably.
Absolutely.
Beckers for Strong. Her three. No good, but a foul. 3 free throws for the freshman on the foul by Watkins. Sarah Strong. Perfect tonight. She's going to be perfect here. 1 for 1.
We've talked about the composure of this freshman, Sarah Strong. She has not played like one the entire season. Her biggest moment thus far.
No good. 5 seconds to go. Now, if you make it, you have to foul immediately. If you miss, a rebound could lead to a tie or a win. Would you miss intentionally? 5 seconds. This one. No good. Long rebound. Becker's got it. Out to Strong. 3 seconds to leave. No! USC with a massive win.